Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn the next chapter of geography, chapter number 4, Air. In this chapter, we will learn the meaning of atmosphere, greenhouse and global warming, composition of air, structure of the atmosphere, layers of the earth, weather and climate, and the types of rainfall. So, students, let's see the definition of atmosphere. So as you know, our Earth is surrounded by a huge blanket of air, and this is called atmosphere. So atmosphere means a huge blanket of air, or we can say the blanket of protection. So our Earth is, as you know, surrounded by a huge blanket of air, and all the living beings on this Earth depends on the atmosphere for their survival. It provides us the air we breathe and also protect us from the harmful effects of the sun's rays. So we would be baked alive if this protection would not be available for us. And we also get frozen during the night. So it is the mass of air that has made the temperature on the earth livable. Let's see greenhouse effect first. So when the sun's energy reaches the earth, so it produces more carbon dioxide and also released in the atmosphere creates greenhouse effect, and some is absorbed and radiate as heat. Most of the heat is absorbed by green gases and reflected in all direction, warming the earth, and this is called the greenhouse effect. So do you know, students, without greenhouse effect what would happen if it is not there? Without it, the earth would have been too cold to live in. So, however, when its level in the atmosphere increases due to factory smoke or car fumes, the heat retained increase the temperature of the earth, and this is called the global warming. So this rise in temperature causes the snow in coldest part of the world to melt down, and as a result the sea level rises. And what will happen when the sea level rise? When the sea filled with the waters, so it causing floods in the coastal areas. So there may be drastic changes in the climate of a place, leading to extinction of some plants and animals in the long run. Let's move to the next topic, composition of the atmosphere. So do you know that the air we take in while breathing is actually a mixture of many gases? Nitrogen and oxygen are two gases which make up the bulk of the atmosphere. So in this diagram, children, you can see carbon dioxide, helium, ozone, argon, and hydrogen are found in lesser quantities. And apart from these gases, tiny dust particles are also present in the air. The, this pie chart, this diagram have the different constituents of air. So nitrogen is the most plentiful gas in the air. When we inhale, we take some amount of nitrogen also. But plants need nitrogen for their survival. They cannot take nitrogen directly from the air. And bacteria that live in the soil and roots of some plants take nitrogen from the air and change its form so that plants can use it. The second most plentiful gas in the air is oxygen. Humans and animals take oxygen from the air as they breathe. Green plants produce oxygen during photosynthesis, and in this way, the air remains constant. And if we cut trees, then this balance gets disturbed. Carbon dioxide is another important gas, and green plants use carbon dioxide to make their food and release oxygen. During photosynthesis, you know, children, that plants make their own food. Humans and animals release carbon dioxide, and the amount of carbon dioxide released by humans or animals seems to be equal to the amount used by the plants. So, which makes a perfect balance. So, however, the balance is upset by burning of fuels such as coal and oil. They add billions of tons of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, and as a result, increased volume of carbon dioxide is affecting the Earth's weather and climate. Let's see now the structure of the atmosphere. Our atmosphere is divided into five layers of Earth. Do you know, children, in which layer aeroplanes can fly? In which layer meteoroids burn up? And which layer occurs or help in rainfall? So let's see in this slide. First layer is troposphere. This layer is the most important layer of the atmosphere. Its average height is 13 km. The air we breathe exists here. So almost all the weather phenomena like rainfall, fog and hailstorm occur in this layer. Next layer is stratosphere. Above the troposphere lies the stratosphere. It extends up to a height of 50 km. And this layer is almost free from clouds and also ideal for flying aeroplanes. Here is mesosphere. This is the third layer of the atmosphere. It lies above the stratosphere. It extends up to a height of 80 km. Meteoroids burn up in this layer while entering from the space. Layer is thermosphere. In thermosphere, temperature rises very rapidly with increasing height, and this layer extends between 80 to 400 km and also helps in radio transmission. The last layer is exosphere. The uppermost layer of the atmosphere is known as exosphere. This layer has very thin air, light gases like helium and hydrogen, and which float into the space from here. Let's see now difference between weather and climate. So children, weather is hour to hour, day to day condition of the atmosphere. So it changes on daily basis. So a hot or humid weather may make one irritable. A pleasant breezy weather may make one cheerful and even plan for an outing also during sunshine or in the rain also we can plan to go out. So it almost depends on the weather condition of the day because it's change dramatically from day to day. And however, the average weather condition of a place for a longer period time represents the climate of a place. So it is weather that makes the climate, and weather only, the climate only can be determined over the time, and it also climate only determined by the years. So it depends on where you live. So weather and climate depends on the temperature, air pressure, wind and moisture. Let's see some measure weather instruments. Thermometer, first one that measures the temperature. Second is barometer that measures atmospheric pressure. Then rain gauge measures the amount of rainfall. And the last is wind vane, shows the direction of the wind. The first factor on which weather and climate depends is the temperature. So the temperature is the degree of hotness and coldness of the air. The temperature of the atmosphere changes not only between day and night, but also from seasons to seasons. Like that's why summers are hotter than winters. An important factor that affects the distribution of temperature is insolation. Do you know, children, what is insolation? Insolation is the incoming solar energy that are intercepted by the earth, and the amount of insolation decreases from the equator towards the poles. You will be surprised to know that air above us presses with a great force on our bodies. So, this is the second factor that also depends on weather and climate. Air pressure is defined as the pressure exerted by the weight of air on the Earth's surface. So, as we go up the layers of atmosphere, the pressure falls rapidly. The air pressure is highest at sea level and decreases with weight. Low pressure is associated with cloudy skies and wet weather. So in some areas where low temperature occurs, the air is cold and it is therefore heavy. So you know children that warm air or hot air flies high, it blows high, and the cool air becomes heavy and get nearby surrounded the earth. High pressure is associated with clear and sunny skies. The air always moves from high pressure area to low pressure areas. The next factor that affect the weather and climate is wind. The movement of air from high pressure area to low pressure area is called wind. And there are three types of winds. First one is permanent winds. The trade winds that lies west side and the east side areas, they are called the permanent winds, and these blows constantly throughout the year in a particular direction. Second is seasonal winds. These winds change the direction in different seasons. For example, monsoon in India. Local winds, these blows only during a particular period of day or a year in small areas. And for example, land and sea breeze. Do you recall the hot and dry local wind of northern plains of India? What it is called? Yes, it is called Lu. So students, when we talk about moistures, then some words like water vapors, water, rain, humidity, precipitations, these kinds of words comes in our mind. So when water evaporates from land and different water bodies, it becomes water vapor. Moisture in the air at any time is known as humidity. Do you know students how the rain comes on the earth? So when the water vapor rises, it starts cooling. The water vapor condenses, causing formation of droplets of water. Clouds are just masses of such water droplets. When these droplets of water become too heavy to float in the air, then they come down as precipitation. And this precipitation comes down to the earth in liquid form, that is called rain. So most of the groundwater comes from rainwater, and plants help preserve water. So when trees on hillsides are cut, rainwater flows down the bare mountains and can cause flooding of low-lying areas. So on the basis of mechanism, there are three types of rainfall as you can see in this video. The convectional rainfall, the orographic or relief rainfall, and the cyclonic rainfall. Rainfall is very important for the survival of plants and animals as it brings fresh water to the earth's surface. If rainfall is less, water scarcity and drought occur. On the other hand, if it is more, then floods take place. So students, this is the lesson